Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going back to basics with a few simple techniques that you guys can incorporate or even on some spare time quickly produce. And they're always handy to have at hand. And that are some simple I-beams. Very quick to make, guys, very easy. I'm gonna show you how to make the quickest of them all. This ladder. Some T-beams, always handy as well. See? You can simply connect them to the I-beams. And I'm also going to be showing you how I make some simple but very useful walkways. And I'm going to show you how I made these railings as well. So actually two different techniques to make these walkways. And some of you have asked me how I make my pipes, how I create the bend without them folding up and without them glowing. I'm going to be showing you this as well. And also we're going to make this tiny little ruin. And the reason I'm building this one is, well, for just simply to show you the techniques, and also because in another video I'm going to show you how I painted this, and that will be my go-to reference to how I paint all my Necromunda terrain. Alright guys, so I would say without further ado, follow me to the crafting table and let's get back to basics. Let's do this! Come on! Hi friends, time for another Necromunda build. I'm gonna begin with I-beams. So I'm gonna cut 1 centimeter strips out of thin foam board. Now do use thin for this or the I-beams will look too thick. And I'm gonna mark out 1 centimeter intervals on a piece of foam. Make them as long as you want to. I just took a sheet of foam I still had laying around. Now once you've marked out the 1 centimeter intervals, start by connecting the dots as you see me do here. Simply draw the lines. And as you can see, it is 1 centimeter wide. Now cut out all the strips you made, and you need 3 strips to make 1 I-beam. So I made 4 of these. Well, to make 4 I-beams, as you see. Now I'm gonna hot glue these together, just a bead of glue on top of the edge, and I'm gonna glue that in the center of the other strip. Once it is centered, I'm putting hot glue on top of this edge as well. I'm flipping it over and gluing it on the other strip, like this. And I have an I-beam. Very fast, very easy. And they also fit well together, so you can use them to construct all sorts of platforms or for whatever you guys want to make it. It's always handy to have a few of these laying about. Now, let's make a quick ladder. Now, I have a cheap plastic tennis racket and I have many of these. As you can see, it has served its purpose. And I'm gonna start by clipping out something that I can still cut out of this one to make a ladder. Just clip them at the edges like this, and then I'm gonna start by clipping away the excess bits, as you see me do here. Now if you want to, you could smoothen this with a knife or with a sanding paper, but I'm gonna leave it as is. And you can make these ladders as long as you want to. It doesn't really matter. Now I have a short one here, but you can easily make it very tall or smaller, or even a very huge ladder. Depends on the size of your tennis racket. Alright, now for the railings. Again, same procedure, but use 2 square lengths instead of 1 this time. Just the same procedure as with the ladder, except I'm keeping a little bit of extra, as you see. And I'm gonna snip out the bottom parts like this. And I have a railing. This is just a small one, but again, if you need to build a long one, then make it longer. See? Nice looking railing. Just make sure that you have 2 squares. Now you can put it on the edge of a platform like this. Or you can also set it against the wall. Like this. Just attach it with hot glue. Cool. Okay. Now I'm gonna make some walkways. 2 very easy methods. I will use these 2 materials for making walkways, and one is plastic mesh, and the other one is my favorite, drywall mesh tape. Good tool to have at hand. See? You can roll it out for the sizes you want to. It has some nice texture to it. Now for the walkways, I cut 2 pieces of foam board, 5 centimeters wide by 20 centimeters long. And we're gonna make 2 walkways. Now we're gonna begin with the drywall mesh tape method. Just stick that across. It attaches very easily by itself. And flip it over, use your knife and trim it off. Like so. Looking cool. Now I also have these 2 pieces of cardstock that I made, and they are the same size as the walkway. Now mark out 1 centimeter on each corner and connect the lines, and also 1 centimeter at the center. You see? Just connect the dots again. Now mark out the center point and also connect these dots. And now I'm gonna cut out these 2 panels here. Just go slow cuts. Like so. Now I'm gonna apply some PVA glue and I'm gonna simply attach it. Just a nice bead will do. It will stick very firmly, very rapidly, so no worries. Just use a white glue for this one. Just put it on top of your platform, smoothen it out a bit, stretching it, like so. Voila, 1 walkway. So easy. And you can use them for 40k, not only Necromunda, you can use them for any type of sci-fi. Now let's add this little railing that we've just made. Now I'm gonna clip off these 2 sticking out bits, but I also want a bigger railing on this walkway. So again, a cheap tennis racket and cut out the railing as before. I'm gonna cut out 2 square marks as you see, and I'm gonna begin by clipping off the bottom. Well, only the pieces that are between those edges, as you just see as you just watch the screen. My English not all that perfect. Like this. Now here I am trimming the excess with a knife, but be careful guys. Now I'm simply gonna hot glue the railings to the walkway. Very easy. And the smaller one as well. Just hot glue it on. Like so. A nice, awesome looking walkway. Looks cool. And the second method, mark out 1 centimeter on the 5 centimeter edge and 1/2 centimeter on the long edge, as you see. And then again, as before, connect the dots. Also find the center mark. Draw a 1 centimeter line there, and it will look like this. Now I'm gonna begin by doing slow cuts to cut out the center panels. But go very slowly, don't cut through the 1/2 centimeter edge. Just go slow. Flip it around if you need to. Just very slow cuts. Here I'm flipping it around to connect the lines as well, and it will pop out like this. Voila. Now I'm gonna hot glue this to some plastic mesh. Attaches immediately. Just connect the corners like so. Now cut the edges like this, and we have another walkway. 2 very easy methods to get cool looking walkways. Now let's make the T-beams. Now take a 1 centimeter long strip of foam board and cut one corner at a 45-degree angle. I'm just measuring the square on my cutting mat and cutting from one edge to the other, like this. Now I cut this to the length of 7 centimeters, and I'm tracing this first one on the rest of the strip. I'm using it as a template. I'll cut these out as well, like this. And I'm cutting some more 1 centimeter strips, which I will be hot gluing my T-beams on. hot glue bead at the center and simply glue them on like this. And as you can see, we have a little bit of an overhang, but that's all right, because we're going to cut away the overhang now with a knife like this. Voila! And we have some cool looking T-beams that can serve as a support for whatever you want. You can put it underneath the walkway, you can connect it with the I-beams that we've made before. Yeah, very handy to have. And so far we made some cool things very quickly and very easily. 2 walkways, some I-beams, some T-beams and a ladder. Now let's build a small little ruin. Now I'm going to use a 10 centimeter foam square, in which out of this section I will cut out my 2 walls. One will be 7 centimeters in height and the other one 5 centimeters. And I'm simply going to cut this out like so. And I'm connecting the 2 5 centimeters corners with some hot glue like this. Now I'm cutting out a small piece that is 4 centimeters and I'm gonna hot glue that in the corner like this. It's a very quick ruin. Now cut up some cardstock and corrugated paper sheets to represent the metal panels, and grab your hole punch if you have one. Now in the cardstock I am creating rivets with my hole punch. I love this method as it goes super fast and it looks pretty cool like this. Just cut out as many as you need, and same for the corrugated paper. Cut out a lot of metal panels, corrugated metal panels. Now I covered the ruin with these panels, also the cardboard sheets. Just cover it all up. Doesn't have to be straight, doesn't have to be neat, just cover the entire piece. Overlap them to make it look more ransacked and realistic, as there are pieces that are slapped together. If you have an overhang like I have here, don't worry about it, just trim that away with some scissors or a knife. Don't forget the interior, the inside as well. Just hot glue and stick them all down. Now you can add some drywall mesh tape as well, as you see me do here. Just some different detail to break up the surface texture, and a bit of drywall tape on the floor piece, which I will then trim with my knife. And a mini for scale, and I decided to glue the little stairs that we made a little bit earlier on the side here as well. Just hot glue to the side, stick it down, and there we go. And our collection is growing. Ta-da! Alright, now how I bend my pipes. I use a paper drinking straw for my pipes. And then I take my hot glue gun and I slowly squeeze the hot glue in and let it sit. Just a little bit beyond the bend. And here my hot glue is finished, so I had to put in a new stick. But just bend it into shape and start by slowly squeezing it in and holding the drinking straw in position while you squeeze. It can get a little hot, so be careful. And once that cools a little bit, it stays firmly into position. Just hold it down, and after a minute you end up with a bended pipe. As a bonus tip, I use some floral wire for hanging cables. Just twist them and then I bend them at the top to get this ultramarine symbol. And I hot glue these pieces underneath wherever I want my cables to hang. Just a quick bonus tip for you guys. Alright, a quick painting guide on this. So spray everything black and then it's ready to be used. Now the I and the T-beams, I spray them red. As you see me do here, simply spray them red or paint them red, that works as well. Now I dry brush silver on the metal grates of the walkways. Like so. And I paint the rims blue because I really like this blue color and it matches the rest of my Necromunda terrain. Don't forget the sides and the bottom if you want. Now, yellow for the ladder and the railings, I'm using Avalanche Sunset, as I like this yellow. There we go. And then to weather, I stipple on brown paint all over. As you see. And then I finish with doing the same with an orange paint. Stipple that all over the brown. And then I start by scraping some orange pastels and some black and gray pastels to dull the brightness of the orange. And then I spray it with some water and we are done. Look at this. Very cool, very easy. So I would like to thank you all for watching, and I appreciate all of you. I hope you enjoy this quick little beginner's build, let's just call it that. And thank you all for watching, and I have plenty more to come, so stay tuned, guys. All right, see you on the next run, everybody. Bye now. Bye.